back to my class. Now with class 9 we were doing the chapter The Lost Child. Today I'll continue with this chapter from page 4. Just before this we had seen how the child goes to the fair with his parents. He was extremely attracted with all the displays that was all around in all the shops and all the stalls. He was crying for them, craving for them, but his parents had a strict refusal each time to all his cries. Finally, there was a point just before this where he sees the roundabout or the merry-go-round, and he was just wanted to go for it, enjoy it. This time he was very adamant that he will take a ride in that roundabout. And suddenly, to his surprise, when he turns back, he finds that he is all alone in that crowd because his parents are not there. So he couldn't anyhow figure out his parents, where they are. And he was completely lost. He didn't know what to do, how to react. So we'll just keep on with the story. Page 4 I am reading. Please follow the text. There was no reply. He turned to look at his parents. They were not there ahead of him. He turned to look on either side. They were not there. He looked behind. There was no sign of them. So he's lost. A full, deep cry rose within his dry throat, and with a sudden jerk of his body, he ran from where he stood, crying in real fear, "Mother, Father!" Tears rolled down his eyes, hot and fierce. His flushed face was convulsed with fear. Panic-stricken, he ran to one side first, then to other, hither and thither, in all directions, knowing not where to go. "Mother and father," he wailed. His yellow turban came untied and his clothes became muddy. So he's lost. He's crying. His throat became dry. He's shouting as much as he can. Okay, he's full of fear now. It is a strange expression. He's panic-stricken. He's shouting for his parents, going here and there, trying to look for them. But alas, he is lost. None of his parents he could find all around him, neither his mother, neither his father. Having run to and fro in a rage of running for a while, he stood defeated. Why defeated? Because his search was not successful. He couldn't find his parents back. His cries suppressed into sobs. So first he was wailing, shouting out. Then gradually he was crying, but it was in a soft tone. That is why sob. At little distance on the green grass he could see, through his filmy eyes, men and women talking. He tried to look intently among the patches of bright yellow clothes, but there was no sign of his father and mother among all these people, who seemed to laugh and talk just for the sake of laughing and talking. So it's a fair, like, full of people. So you could see others all around him. Others are enjoying, they're laughing, they're talking. Everyone is with their family, their friends. It is only he who is all alone. It is only he who is lost. So when he's seeing others enjoying with their family, he's feeling very lonely. He's feeling very sad about it. He ran quickly again, this time to a shrine, to which people seemed to be crowding. Every little inch of space here was congested with men. But he ran through people's legs, his little sob lingering, mother and father. So he ran to a shrine, a place of worship, in the hope that perhaps there he can find his parents with all his prayers towards God. And he was a little child, so though it was full of crowd, full of people, he could run from in between people's legs and reach to the shrine. Near the entrance to the temple, however, the crowd became very thick. Men jostled each other, so there was too much people. It was very crowded. Everyone was almost pushing each other. Heavy men with flashing, murderous eyes, hefty shoulders. I've given the meaning of the word trample, which is crushed. Hefty, which is large and heavy. So large and heavy shoulders, men were over there, pushing each other, full of crowd. The poor child struggled to thrust her way between their feet. So he was finding it very difficult to move forward with so many people. But knocked to and fro by their brutal movements. Brutal is harsh. He might have been trampled underfoot, so there was full chance of him to be trampled, that is crushed, under the feet of the other men. Had he not shrieked at the highest pitch of his voice, shrieked at the highest pitch, this refers to shouting, so he shouted as much as he could, as loud as he could. Mother and father, a man in the surging crowd, heard his cry and stooping with great difficulty lifted him up in his arms. So always there is someone to help you out. So here also unexpectedly among that crowd, suddenly a man comes, lifts him, and the man goes very tender and kind towards him. Try to figure out what happened to this little child, why this child is crying and what is he looking for. How did you get here, child? Whose baby are you? The man asked as he steered clear of the mass. Steered clear of the mass, this phrase is like making his way forward because it is too full of crowd. So he took the child along with himself, trying to figure out who is the child and who is along with the child and going his way forward. The child wept more bitterly than ever now and only cried, I want my mother, I want my father. So he is not emotionally in a position to say too much. All he could say is he just wants his parents. The man tried to soothe him, that is comfort him, by talking to him, taking to him to the roundabout. Will you have a ride on the horse? He gently asked. As he approached the ring, the child's throat tore into 1,000 shrill sobs, and he only shouted, I want my mother, I want my father. So here we will see that how this man tries to help the child by distracting him, taking him to the different types of toys and the merry-go-round and everything that he earlier wanted to go for. He will try to offer everything to the child just to make the child a bit comfortable, just so that the child doesn't cry any longer. But alas, the child this time will not be satisfied with things that he earlier was craving for, because this time he realizes that what is more important for him is only his parents, not all these materialistic aspects. So he keeps on crying that he wants only his parents and nothing else could really calm him down now. Page number 5. The man headed towards the place where the snake charmer still played on the flute to the swaying cobra. Listen to that nice music, child, he pleaded. But the child shut his ears with his fingers and shouted his double-pitched strain. I want my mother, I want my father. The man took him near the balloons, thinking the bright color of the balloons would distract the child's attention and quieten him. Would you like a rainbow-colored balloon? He persuasively asked. Persuasively is very convincingly. The child turned his eyes from the flying balloons and just sobbed. I want my mother, I want my father. So everything that the child was earlier craving for, be it the snake charmer, the snake dancing, the balloons, this time he's refusing everything. He's not in a mind, to be satisfied, to be happy with all these things any longer. So, be it the balloons, the snake charmer, everything now that the child earlier wanted is being offered to him, if you see the contrast. But each time now, he is refusing straightforwardly each of those things that he had been earlier crying for. Because what he wants is only his parents. So here somewhere he realized that nothing can equal their position in his life. Parents are the supreme and it is only them now that he is looking for, he wants. The man, still trying to make the child happy, bore him to the gate where the flower seller sat. Look, can you smell those nice flowers, child? Would you like a garland to put around your neck? You remember there was a time earlier when the child was just crying for that Gulmohar garden. And just now, you see, again when that same is being offered to him, he refuses. The child turned his nose away from the basket and reiterated. His sob reiterated is again continued, going on with the same thing, repeating, I want my mother, I want my father. Thinking to humor his disconsolate charge by a gift of sweets, the man took him to the counter of the sweet shop. Disconsolate, I've given the meaning, that is sad and dejected. This is how the child is. His condition is at present. He's feeling lost, very sad, depressed, dejected, left out. So finally he's been taken to the sweetmeat shop. What sweets would you like, child? He asked. The child turned his face from the sweet shop and only sobbed, I want my mother, I want my father. So this stranger is really being very nice to him, trying to comfort this little child so that he stops crying, so that he stops worrying. He is ready to buy just anything for the child, but it is the child who is going on refusing, because all he wants now is his parents. With this only we have the story coming to a very abrupt end. So the end it is like an open-ended story. It is left for us to presume what will happen or what may have happened. Perhaps we can say that he did get his parents, or it can also be the fact that he never got his parents back. So he was lost. The main point which the writer over here tries to figure out, say or explain to the readers is that how we should understand the value of relationship, how we must understand the value of people around us, and that can never be equal with things, materialistic aspects, any object that we get in our life. So two things are completely separate. Family, human beings, they always have a very special place which can never be taken by anything else. If you remember the story Fun They Had, which was done by Kiran ma'am in the last few videos, there also a same note has been expressed, that how materialistic aspects cannot take the place of human beings. Over there also, the child over there, the two of them, they realize that how friends are so very important, and that cannot be replaced by all the virtual classes. So I hope you have understood the meaning. Go through the chapter. If you have any doubts, you can say to your class teacher through the WhatsApp, and very soon we will send you the notes, and we'll say you also instruct you which are the questions that you should write. So thank you. Take care everyone.